You know, Ubisoft is one of the most disgusting companies in the gaming industry. Their avaricious strategy to milk the consumer reminds me of Apple. They make amazing products, but they will charge you and milk you dry. Starting with Ubisoft deserves a good 100 cents. For Honor. Okay, let's talk about this tragedy. Initially, this game was amazing. It was something unique and most importantly, a little broken, but fun. For the next 2 years, this game became a monument in my eyes. I put in 1,000 hours into this game, but then somewhere along the lines, the game fell off. The devs implemented strict SBMM, made the game from reaction-based to predicting-based. If you play the game now, it's a shadow of what it used to be, if you can even call it that. It'll take about 7 to 10 minutes to actually get a game started because nobody plays this anymore. Ubisoft, a word of advice. If you change the core of the game for the worst outcome, you're going to get a horrible result. I love how they say new hero next month, but show us an event nobody cares about. I mean, this is E3. This is where you should reveal the new character. Show how he looks. Give a trailer for the character. Don't reveal his gameplay, but a mere dark figure of the character isn't enough. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I've never played something so excruciatingly boring. Usually I sit in a game because I enjoy playing them and I might as well make a video out of it. Or many times you guys request a game you want to be sinned. But this time, I'm sinning this game because it shows the greed from Ubisoft. Just like how Odyssey isn't an Assassin's Creed game, Valhalla isn't. I have about 25 hours clips recorded, and honestly, this game lost me within the first 3 hours. The pace of this game is so slow, the length of this game is so needlessly long. The story in this game is here, and there, and there, and there, and there, it's everywhere. Also, what was the purpose of showing Ava walking slowly for 10 minutes? To show how beautiful the game is? Who cares if the graphics are good? If the gameplay and the story is boring, the graphics don't mean anything. Developers need to know what comes first in the game.
Over the next hour, we'll be your guides to all the latest news and exciting announcements coming from Ubisoft.
When Ubisoft gives us a good Splinter Cell with a good Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer, I don't think we want to hear anything from this company.
You'll find out about soon enough.
Neelam, I'm excited. We're filming this together. We got this gorgeous set. E3 is back.
I don't know who this guy is. I really don't care for him. We can all see how scripted this is, and talking for this long just explains why none of us should be excited. Leave it to Ubisoft to make a game look so good that will excite fans and later disappoint them tremendously when they see the actual gameplay. Just Dance.
2022.
Face, eyes, thin waist, thick thighs, you, me, you, wish, new phone, who, this.
Honestly, who bought this game before? I've never heard of someone being excited for this game. Apparently, Ubisoft does make plenty of money from this title alone, which perplexes me.
In November 2020, we released Assassin's Creed Valhalla. To our delight, it was the biggest launch for any Assassin's Creed game to date.
Yeah, about 15 studios worked on Valhalla. Developers, you do not need so many studios for one game, especially if it's solely for single player. The reason there isn't any multiplayer on Assassin's Creed is because they want to make the story amazing. But what is the point on doing that when the story of the game is still trash? Complete trash. At least Manhunt is something worth playing. Oh, when I make a Sins video, I'm going to rip Valhalla into pieces. Now this is a game worth trying, but it's from Ubisoft. You better believe Ubisoft will try to milk you from this game as well. Charge full price for this game and then have the audacity to make the game so grindy to make you pay for microtransaction to make the gameplay better. I bought Far Cry 5 on sale for $4, and I'm not complaining. But it better be like Immortal Phoenix Rising where the game doesn't seem or feel super grindy and it's fun to play. But the sin is the greedy scheme that is microtransaction.
Gracias.
Don't worry about it, chamaco.
Here. It's all I've got.
This isn't right, Danny. We should be fighting, not running to the Yankees.
Alejo gave you a fucking gift, Lira. We survive. Same as the orphanage, same as the academy.
What's that?
Please, no, this is a fishing boat. You will, no!
Yo, what is that? Is this the Far Cry we were shown about a year ago? I knew for a fact that was not how the game was going to look, not even on the new consoles. Ubisoft tricked me way too many times to trick me again. Anyone remember Watch Dogs? Rainbow Six Siege? The Division? Also, why does Gus look like he snorted all his supplies? I thought he was trying to sell them.
Catch the fish and then release them. He would say it's not always about your stomach, mijo. It's about the challenge. Except when he caught a big, fat, juicy marlin, he was too proud to let that fish go.
Tirano! You have poisoned Yana! You have poisoned your soul!
What did she think was gonna happen? That was a very moronic thing to do.
A very big fish today. Have a night, Diego. Diego!
No way.
How did no one notice Diego on the ship with them? Do they not know the face of the son of the president of the game? I know what Obama's daughters look like. I know what Trump's kids look like. Same with Biden's son. You're not gonna tell me no one noticed this kid's face. And if they did know he was on the ship, which is very unlikely since Diego kept his hood on with his head down the whole time, that is even more sinful. That's just asking to die.
Truth. They could be good workers. They could help rebuild paradise. But if you wanted them to live, you would have never set foot on this fucking boat. 13 years old. And Diego has such compassion for his people. These fish, we will catch and release.
Now here's the problem. Let's say Danny got on the ground immediately. Let's say the shooters turn on the lights and check the bodies. Are you going to tell me they checked Danny's body? Well, until the game is released, we won't know. But the fact that Danny somehow survived this massacre is very sinful. I need the devs to listen to me closely. Watching them walk slowly through an empty aisle, looking at the camera as if they're about to rap, doesn't intrigue us, the players. We want to see more of the game, not the devs. Ubisoft, why do you always give us things we don't ask for? How many years has it been since we got a Splinter Cell game? How many people ask you for a Splinter Cell? You keep making this garbage and you keep ignoring the fans. Does Ubisoft realize who made them? Siege is going down the drain. For Honor is already at the bottom of the drain. Assassin's Creed fans were immensely dissatisfied. Ubisoft keeps going this route, they won't have fans anymore. They may be big now, but these companies need to remember where they came from.
20 years. That's how long Xbox has been with us. And like you, this is a moment I always look forward to. I love seeing the new games, crossing my fingers for my favorites to return, hoping for a few surprises. Most of all, though, I love seeing everyone around the world come together and celebrate what games mean to all of us. And I think, this past year, they've meant even more. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for the support you give us and one another. Xbox is turning 20. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the friendships we've had that whole time.
Translation: I wouldn't be here if Microsoft didn't buy Bethesda and combine their games and our games together. I have to say nice things about Microsoft to make them happy because we belong to them now. So everything I'm going to say is only to satisfy the people who owns us.
You can make it your own. We've traveled the worlds of Elder Scrolls, of Fallout, and now, for the first time in over 25 years, we're creating a new universe with Starfield.
A game that looks incredible on paper but has yet to amaze us because they have yet to show us what the actual gameplay looks like. Yes, you can say this is literal gameplay, but I refuse to allow myself to believe that when I don't know for sure. Alright, this ain't a sin, but for those who made fun of Xbox saying they have no games, you are eating your words with this. Microsoft said, new generation plus Game Pass? Hold my beer. Mark my words. Microsoft doesn't give a damn. Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5, whenever it comes out, it will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. Sometimes you have to watch what you say because it can come right back at you. Moving on.
Welcome to the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. I am so excited and proud to be here today.
Can we please stop with the script? If it's a script, stop saying how much you appreciate us. Not only that we can hear, but feel the fake appreciation that is coming out of you. Xbox Studios presents to you the biggest waste of money if you're trying to have fun. But if you want something that will put you to sleep quicker than 500 milligrams of melatonin, oh, this is perfect. And what's a way to get players to play this game? Just put Jack Sparrow in it and people will come play it. Now this is something I can appreciate. This is something that looks amazing, plays amazing, and makes me want to play the previous Battlefield games. I knew the day was coming that we were going to get a Call of Duty killer. Minus 10 cents.
Along with Bethesda Game Studios, all of our teams are continuing to work on the projects that have been in development since well before we joined the Xbox family. So rest assured, the games you've been expecting and hoping for are still in the works. And today, we're bringing 10 more titles to Game Pass.
Look, I deeply appreciate all that, but raise your hand if you're going to play Fallout 1 and 2. Me? I'm more of an Elder Scrolls Oblivion or Fallout 4 kind of guy. If you enjoy the classic games, that's a win for you for sure. But this just isn't it. This innocent though. Marketing 60 FPS on an Xbox Series X. You guys don't know how much I want to laugh. Games from the early 2000s play 60 FPS flawlessly. 20 years later and we're still hyping up 60 FPS?
The Wasteland isn't the only open-world playground with an amazing community. The Elder Scrolls Online from ZeniMax Online Studios has now surpassed 18 million players and shows no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, you're not gonna fool me. That's how many people have an account, played the game or at least gave it a try. But how many of those 18 million players are actually active, playing every day? I'm willing to bet it's far less than that. What in the world is this?
This holiday marks the 20th anniversary of Xbox and the 20th anniversary of Halo. To our millions of passionate fans, thank you.
We wouldn't be here without all of you.
Our goal has always been to bring players together, and for the first time, we're thrilled to offer our entire multiplayer experience to all players across Xbox and PC with no barriers.
Look, this is good and all, but I want some good groundbreaking Halo campaign. Showing a cinematic story with some multiplayer shows me the game isn't ready. I'm willing to bet Halo Infinite will be delayed. Listen, if it ends up being better than I expected, with gorgeous gameplay and amazing story this year, I will eat my words proudly. Until then, man, if the devs think they're going to be Age of Empires 2 with 4, I have to be honest, they're not. I actually hope it does, because if it's better than 2, that means it's another legendary game. But 3 pretty much showed us 2 is still undefeated. Listen, if 4 comes out with at least 2 ages and not having an Imperial Age at max, then maybe there's a chance. If there's still Dark, Feudal, Castle, and Imperial Age, I might as well play the remake of 2, which I still play.
Team Xbox is on a mission to bring the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. That's why you, the gamer, are at the center of everything we do. Today, we showed you 30 games. 27 of them will be available on Xbox Game Pass.
And only 2 of those are worth my time. Just because you have a large number of exclusives doesn't mean they're all good. Look, this is pretty much Left 4 Dead 3, but we all know this isn't gameplay. Why do devs keep doing this is beyond me. Give me some gameplay or don't waste time talking about it. Here's another segment where we don't see gameplay, but we see boring conversation about the game. Look, if I start yawning over and over, that means I'm tired and bored. Alright, this is Square Enix's second time developing a Marvel game. It's like they didn't learn from the first time. Marvel's Avengers was the biggest disappointment from 2020. It was a feminist style of embarrassment. But this, I don't have any hopes for. If you look at the comics, Star-Lord does look like that. My issue with the game, it appears to only have Star-Lord as a playable character. If Rocket isn't playable, I'm ripping this game into a million pieces. Almost a year later and now you're coming out with Black Panther? That alone deserves about 10 cents. Also, let's not forget, we still don't have Spider-Man in the game. Another 10 cents. What's one way companies can milk the fans? Well, come out with a useless remaster that doesn't require much effort to pull off. Seriously, the only differences I see are the darker contrast and minor facial expressions. But I have to give credit where credit is due. True Colors is looking interesting and I'm excited to try it. Minus 1 cent. Nintendo. Wait, what? You're telling me that Life is Strange is now coming to the Switch? The Switch came out 4 years ago. You guys are getting a new Metroid game. It's been some time and I have to say myself, this game looks pretty damn good. Gotta give credit to this too. Now, we can't end Nintendo without the best part of the show. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm not really a Zelda fan. The only Zelda I enjoyed was Ocarina of Time on the 64. but this game looks insane and I wouldn't mind trying it. I don't even think Zelda is sinnable, but I also have to say, from the looks of your choices, I have to agree, Nintendo definitely has this easy E3. But if Microsoft had shown Fable, Avowed, Starfield, and Elder Scrolls 6 gameplay, Microsoft would have won hands down.
I feel I should thank you. Capturing Bruce Wayne is so much easier than Batman. And now that we have you, Protocol 10 is ready to begin. It will be my legacy, a monument to your failure. And if you try to stop me, I guarantee everyone will know your secret.